Hello to all of you wonderful moms out there. This is episode 40 of the Solve for Mom podcast, the show where you learn how to live a meaningful life by showing up authentically at home and at work. I'm your host, Anokhi. I'm really excited to let you know that I'm now including mini episodes every Friday. These bite-sized episodes are perfect if you're a busy mom who wants a quick boost of inspiration, or if you're feeling overwhelmed and need a simple, actionable tip to get started. Each of these mini episodes are designed to give you one clear takeaway that you can implement right away. And now let's talk about today's show. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I'll do that someday," or "when things calm down, I'll finally get to that"? Maybe you've been putting your dreams on the back burner, watching them collect dust while you're drowning in the day-to-day. I actually come across many moms who seem to be struggling to put their personal dreams on their to-do list and who are often helping others with their goals and then they're neglecting their own. Today, I'm going to talk about why someday isn't a real date on your calendar. I'm going to also share practical strategies to transform those someday dreams into today's reality. So, if you're ready to stop letting your dreams sit in the drawer and start taking action, grab that notebook and pen. It's time to get your dreams back on the calendar. Are you looking for a way to blend success and motherhood without losing sight of who you are? I get it. I've been there too. Hi, I'm Anokhi, a PhD researcher, business owner, and homeschooling mom of 2 boys. As your life coach, I help moms like you create a life you love at home and at work. If you're ready to stop feeling overwhelmed, overscheduled, and overlooked, and you want a clear roadmap to a balanced life, a meaningful career, and finally feeling like yourself again while still being the amazing mama that you are, you're in the right place. In this complex equation we call life, it's time to sharpen our pencils and our minds and solve for mom. So I want to ask you now, what is the thing that you keep saying someday to? Because someday is not a date on your calendar. You can't locate it and schedule someday. We're so busy helping everyone and everything else except ourselves. You probably think that it's your job as a mom to sacrifice your needs. That's part of the deal, right? I mean, our kids are only young for so long. It feels so temporary and it's this fleeting moment. And in a way, that's true. It does kind of feel like every time you just blink your eyes, your kids feel so much more grown up. And so then we tell ourselves that there's going to be life later. There's plenty of time for those things later. But I wonder if there's a deeper reason for why this is happening. Is the real reason that maybe we're overwhelmed? And so we're going to put our dreams on the back burner while we're dealing with the day-to-day tasks. It's hard to know how to give yourself that time and energy because you tell yourself that I'll do that other thing when I have time or when things calm down. If I can just get through X, Y, or Z, then I can work on this. Or when my kids are older. But the truth is that there's always going to be a time that you feel busy or that things aren't quite as calm as they should be. Maybe the real reason is that you're a perfectionist. And so in that case, is there going to be a right time? How long is your dream going to wait? And when you're waiting for that quote-unquote perfect time, are you actually being intentional and strategic? Or is this just a tactic to put things off? Perfectionism is such an easy trap to fall into. I know I'm an information person, so I will want to research the heck out of something before I take action. And it really hit me that this was just a delay tactic when I found myself saying that to solicitors. People will approach me and try to sell me something, and I really have no intention in buying it, but I don't want to be rude. And so I say, oh, you know what? I need to find out more about this first. When I caught myself saying the same things to my own ideas, and then I knew I was just putting off taking action. Maybe you're putting things off because you're trying to muster up the courage to go after what you really want. Maybe you're at that crossroads and you don't know whether you should play it safe or really go after what you want. It's going to be a lot of work and you have this idea you like and it's just really unclear and you're unsure of how to go about it. It just seems so daunting and you're a little scared of failing. We all can feel that way. We know what that's like. Maybe it's something that you used to be good at, but you haven't done it in a long time, which can happen as moms. Or maybe you tell yourself that you can't right now because while you might have been good at it at one point, you just haven't worked on that thing in a really long time. That's happened to most of us as moms at one point or the other. And that's why I actually put out my twice monthly Solve for Mom Insiders newsletter. My newsletter is where I offer friendly encouragement and I help you nurture your big ideas. You're going to get personal growth tips, resources, and exclusive offers. And so you can find that link in the show notes, and signing up is totally free. But another reason that you might be putting things off is procrastination. oh, I'll just do it later. Someday I'll get that organized. I mean, that's not a really fun task, so it's really easy to put off. Or I'll start my business one day. Using the words someday or one day is really just delaying action. I know so many times I get in touch with a friend and I'm so excited to reconnect. Then we end our text threads with, hey, let's make it happen. And then that someday never comes and we lose touch all over again. I want to share why planning for later can only get you so far and why it's better to take action on things with a specific date in mind. The reason that the strategy of saying one day I'll do that later doesn't work is because I think that putting off self-care, your interests, your ideas to focus entirely on your children and your families just leads to you losing sight of yourself. There's a reason the strategy of saying one day doesn't work. I think it's paramount to theft, actually. You're robbing yourself of your own identity, of the things that make you feel like you. If you're dedicating all your time and energy to just raising your kids and then losing touch with your own interests and passions, then you're relinquishing your voice, and then you get into a situation where you stop deciding for yourself who you are, and it becomes so much easier to just let other people tell you who you are, what you're worth, and what you're capable of. I know what it's like to fumble my way through this journey. Like many of you, I've experienced not feeling ready, but I discovered that you don't need to wait until you feel ready. You just need to know your why. You need to know your purpose and what's driving you and what helps you get out of bed every morning excited to start the day. Because when you understand that purpose, then you're going to want to take action. You're going to want to put that date on your calendar and take that next step. You're transforming that someday into today. Once you have that date on the calendar, all you have to do is take action. Taking action is success. Forget about the outcome when you're first starting off. Yes, of course, we're always trying to improve ourselves and we're on this personal growth journey. So I definitely do believe that we should always be in that learning mindset and try to improve. But when you're in that starting step, let's just focus on taking that first step. That is success. And if you need help with taking action, then use my Take Action cycle, and I'm linking a couple of useful episodes on that in the show notes. Another thing that can help is to prioritize what's most meaningful to you. You have to decide, I can be satisfied now or I can be satisfied later. And we just talked about how later often doesn't happen. If you want to live a life of meaning now, then you're going to have to prioritize the things that are important to you now. It was just like what I was saying about when I would get in touch with my friends and then I would say soon or one day or when we're free, let's get together. And then if we don't actually set a date, it doesn't happen. If I prioritize those friendships, then I would actually meet up with them and we would stay connected. When you're taking action, you can actually make long-term changes through small steps. The first small step is getting that date on the calendar. These are the strategies so you can create a life that works for you instead of the other way around. Have a schedule that includes you instead of taking away from you. And by putting your big dreams as a date on your calendar and scheduling it in, you're doing exactly that. So now I just want to end with a quick story. Like so many ambitious moms, I used to say someday, to my dreams. I had all these ideas about starting this podcast to help other moms, but I kept pushing it off. I tell myself when things calm down or when I have more time, and then that perfect moment never came. So the turning point came for me was when I realized that I wasn't thinking about starting the podcast with an actual date on the calendar in mind. Instead, I was just waiting for that perfect time, but I really needed to choose a specific date and commit to it. So I actually picked my mom's birth date as my launch date because I felt like it was significant and it would be really memorable and something for me to look forward to. And I knew she'd be proud of me. So I marked it down and then I told others to hold myself accountable. And what's really cool is that now, through my Balanced Mom coaching program, I help other high-achieving moms transform their someday dreams into reality. Because the truth is, you haven't lost yourself. You're just waiting for permission to be yourself again. Okay? So stop waiting for that perfect moment. It's not going to come. Instead, start making intentional choices today that align with who you want to be. I want to help you get out of that thinking because if you don't, before you know it, you're going to end up waiting a really long time, like months or years or even forever. So you can find out more by going to my website, solveformom.com, or you can book a complimentary exploratory call with me. I would love to talk to you. We can see if one-on-one coaching is the support that you need, and on that call, I can also give you all the details about the program. So if you're ready right now and you're ready to put that date on your calendar, you can book that free call by clicking on the link in the show notes. I'm excited to see if this is the right first step for you and the accountability that you need. Together, let's transform your someday into today. Your future self will thank you for it. I hope today's episode will help you create time and freedom to pursue something you love to do. If you enjoy this show, please subscribe and tell other ambitious mamas about it. Who knows, you might even make a new friend by sharing a tip. It's all free. By the way, it would be amazing to hear what you think about the show when you leave a review. After all, my passion is to make this a great experience for you. Thank you for making my show a part of your day. I'll see you next week for another episode of the Solve for Mom podcast with Anokhi Kapasi.